from Broxburn and Livingston Future, please, if there is someone here. Thank you. Would you please welcome to the stage our presentation party?
Wow, just before I take to my seat, it wouldn't be right and proper without me saying a few words. Especially when I would say, and I always say this since we introduced the 4B section, this is the healthiest of our award ceremonies. It's lovely to see you all. It's fantastic that you're here, whether you are supporting or playing or conducting and leading your bands. I hope you've had a great day, and I hope that this inspires and encourages you, whether it's a result or a critique, to keep building your band back where you live and back where you are in your communities, and keep working to make pleasurable music. There is nothing better than the sound of brass and percussion in our communities around Scotland, so thank you. I want to also offer thanks to the team of people that make this happen. That is Perth Concert Hall and staff. It hasn't been easy. I know that they have been going through a period of change, as a lot of the industry and arts and culture has been, but they continue to help us, support us, understand us, and make this event one that everyone that visits us says is a fantastic event and a fantastic venue. So thanks to them. Thank you. Thank you to all at Team Saba, to our amazing volunteers, every one of them. This year, for the first time in my involvement of working with Saba, are volunteers. They do it for the love and the passion and the desire that they have, that they want to invest in brass banding. And they blow me away with their commitment, because not only are they helping as volunteers and giving up their time, much of which is unseen by those here today, but they're also players, conductors, parents, and they do it just because they want to make the event great. So thank you to Saba and the team that make it happen. Thanks to them. A round of applause to my volunteers. And the event would not be the success that it has been without a couple of key people. First of all, I want to endorse the support that we get from Capital Promotions, and just make mention of the fact that in my time, we do have one of the the trustees, we've got Tim, one of our directors, Tim Jones, on the platform today representing Capital. It's indeed a very exciting time for us. We've got a great number of bands taking part, and we're delighted, Tim, and I hope you want to take this feedback back, to have you here, but also to be moving to York. I know that that's going down very well. And then obviously to the esteemed, iconic Albert Hall. I hope that I will be there to support you all in September and October, health and God willing. And we do hope that this partnership will start to grow, and we can benefit the brass banding community across Great Britain and Northern Ireland. What we do, but also what others do, we can learn from, and this partnership will grow in strength now and make the banding greater than ever. So thank you for coming, Tim, and thanks to all those at Capital who support the event, which is our Nationals. Thank you. I'm very lucky that I get to spend time, very short, brief time with our adjudicators, and again, we've had a fantastic team of adjudicators this weekend, and delighted that the Association of Brass Band Adjudicators had looked at this event and are endorsing Chris Shanks, one of our very own, as a trainee adjudicator. So it's been lovely to have a team of adjudicators with us this weekend. You're going to hear from them very shortly, and I do hope that if you've not got your critiques yet, that you are pleased, and it will help you to grow and benefit. So thanks to our team of adjudicators. And finally, can I just ask you to think about what's to come in the next 3 or 4 hours. We will have 10 top bands competing for the title of Scottish Championship National Champions, and they will go down 2 bands, in addition to Whitburn, down to the Albert Halls at the start of October, and I do hope that all the bands that take part today give of their best performances, and I hope that you can join them and support them in the audience, because that's what makes a great performance, having an audience. Finally from me, please check out our website for future events. We have an event on the 28th of March in Bellshill Salvation Army. It's the SABA Scottish Solos and Finals, the open section. We're still looking for entrants, so check the website, check the programmes for more information. Nibs starts with an Easter course. We've got 2 days at Easter in Strathallan. If you don't know what Nibs is, then don't know where you've been. And then finally, I do hope that we will reach the magic 200 young people and 40 staff, 240 at Strathallan at the end of July for our National Children's, National Reserve and National Youth Brass Bands of Scotland summer course. If you've got any young people in your band that are part of any of the organisation, the tiers, you'll know how much it not only benefits them, but it benefits you. So please keep in touch. Please keep making brilliant music, and I so look forward to seeing you hopefully back in this beautiful venue in November. Thank you.
And now, before we hear from our adjudicators, just a couple of words from Tim Jones, who's the Director of Capital Limited.
Thank you very much. I will be brief, mainly because you guys just want to know what the results are this afternoon. But I've also got to catch a flight back to South Wales tonight, and I don't want to miss it. However, I would like to just quickly thank, on behalf of Capital, Carrie and Tom and all at SABA for organising such a fantastic event this weekend. Events like this don't happen by magic, as Carrie just mentioned. You know, there's a team of tireless volunteers that make this happen in such a wonderful venue. First time I've been here. What a really lucky group of people you are to play in such a venue like this. So, again, I think Carrie in particular deserves a round of applause, but I think the whole team at SABA deserves, a massive round of applause. So. Scottish banding is a really important part of the national structure of the national championships, and as Capital we are really looking forward to further strengthening our ties really with SABA going forward. It's going to be a really good partnership that we look to develop in the future. Look, that's enough from me. Good luck to all the competing bands today, and we look forward to welcoming the national qualifiers down to York Barbican in September. And anyone else who fancies another fantastic weekend of banding, please come along. Thank you very much.
So we'll start with the section 4B, and that was adjudicated today by Joshua Parkhill. So before we get the results, we'll have a few words from him on what he's heard this afternoon.
Hello everyone, it's nice to see you all. I'm going to chat about what I heard in section 4B. First of all, I'd like to say well done to all 5 of the bands that came and performed today. All of the performances I heard today were extremely successful in lots of different ways, and I had such an enjoyable time listening to you all. So congratulations to all those bands. I thought the selection of music that the bands chose was very nice and suited you all very well. And there was a good variety of styles which allowed you guys to show off all the different styles that a brass instrument can play in. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to all the soloists who played so well today. Can we give a round of applause please to all the soloists? And not only that, I thought the bands as well today accompanied the soloists very well. It's not easy playing in a huge hall like this as a soloist, and it was really great to hear band members being super supportive and not getting in the way too much, which was really nice to hear, and it allowed the soloist to show off. One thing that I am going to chat about just now that I think would benefit everyone, including myself, because I'm a wee bit nervous right now, standing, speaking to you all. And I'm going to chat a wee bit about breathing, which is one thing that I think would help the bands. So I find that if we breathe in together, we play together as well. Could we all just try this in the room tonight? We're all gonna breathe in together, a nice big breathe, and then out together. I feel so much more relaxed now. Thank you so much. But when we take a similar breath in, the sound that comes out our instruments across different instrument types is a lot more similar, and then it allows us to focus, now that we've got a more similar sound, on our articulation, our tuning, and our overall sound quality. So to the musical directors who I all thought did a fabulous job leading their bands today, that's maybe something to take away. If you encourage your bands to breathe together more, breathing in unison and in the same style, I think it'll help, hopefully. That's the idea. Finally, I'd just like to thank Saba for giving me this opportunity to adjudicate. This is my first time adjudicating, so I hope the comments that I've written on your crit sheets are helpful and useful to you all. And I'm very grateful for all the support that Saba have given me over this weekend. So thank you so much, and congratulations to all the bands in section 4B.
And we're going to call up the 4B bands one at a time to get their photo taken. The certificates will be emailed out after the contest. So first of all, Brass Central Strathern. And the second band, Broxburn and Livingston Future. and Clackmannan District Youth and Development. Forfa Instrumental. I haven't got a drawer. And finally, Montrose Town. And now, before the results for the fourth section, we're going to hear from a couple of the adjudicators. First of all, our trainee adjudicator for the day, Chris Shanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. We had a great time listening. What a wonderful piece of music on how to do basics and do basics well, and I know Alan will speak more about that shortly before I steal his thunder. But there were some lovely band sounds on show, but I'm going to speak just about one or two little specifics, so transitions between movements. There's a lot of debate whether you should take a big gap between the movements, or whether they're a continuous journey. That's obviously a decision that you take, but also in the silence is just as important as the music you're making as well. So just be mindful going forward, just to really look into that, because there was lots of joins where you've got subito MP to then subito forte, and it felt like it just stopped and then we joined again. So think about that overall line. Okay, so that's not a niggle, that's just a thing that we could all be better at, and I mean all bands of all levels. Phrases, sustain of line. What are we good in brass bands? Playing hymn tunes. So don't be scared to play a hymn tune nicely, even though we're in a matter of life and death situation. No, it's not. It's a hobby, right? Okay? Enjoy it. Don't be feared to just play lovely hymn tunes. There was lots of great, some solo playing on show to that. But what Philip mentioned was that we do play more than just 2-bar and 4-bar phrases. We can play more. But again, that's easier said than done. We just take it back to your bands and make it even better for next time. Solos, I think the solos deserve a big shout out. Massive shout out. Solo chorus have got quite a bit of work to do, haven't you? So have the euphoniums, the end of the first movement, for example, as well. But one thing I would say, what some solos did better than others was actually you could tell when they allowed the air to just flow, yeah? Okay, and when you're playing quiet, feed the air even more, just to keep that sustain of sound, that quality of sound, and there was some really lovely sounds on show. And then lastly, maybe a little niggle for all of us, wasn't it? The fourth movement, staccato crotchets. They may be short notes, but they're all relative to the tempo that you're playing at. There was a lot of short notes that felt like they were semi-quavers, yeah? Okay, great staccatos if it was a bit quicker, right? And it's easier said than done, we know. But genuinely, what a lovely morning, great piece of music. I hope the bands have enjoyed working on it as well. And thanks for a great listen. Good luck to all the prize winners. And more importantly, if you're not in the prizes, you've still got band next week and you go again. All right, but from me to you, thank you very much.
And now a few words from Alan Duguid.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can I just say, just to echo Chris's words, What a pleasure it has been, very genuinely, to sit and listen to all the performances. It's the luckiest, and I consider it the biggest privilege, to be honest, as a musician, to be able to sit and listen to people play. You know, I mean, it's, we often get very involved as conductors or players or whatever, of course, in the construction of performances, but being able to sit back and take it all in, you learn so much from sitting back and listening, listening to what's going on. And very genuinely, it's been an absolute joy hearing you all perform today. Every single performance, and I really mean this, brought something out of the music. And I think this is where this piece is a massive challenge, but also presents a huge opportunity. It challenges all the things that are difficult to do. I'm conducting this piece in 2 weeks' time in London on very limited rehearsal with a band. Please, you might not want to look too closely at the results when it comes out. We'll see how it goes. But I know how difficult this piece actually is. It's very hard to get everything perfectly balanced, nicely in tune, with a nice sound, to get all the dynamic detail, the level of dynamic detail written in this piece is, as you all know, very significant. And then equally to be able to join everything up and for it to make musical sense. So a huge test for, of course, the band and the conductors in a whole. And I have to say, it's a test that I think was met very well right down through the section. Every performance found something in the music. And there were different angles in the music that I haven't heard before, but actually I think they were all, they all brought something new. So I think you really have to be congratulated, bands and MDs, for the job that you've done today. So very well done. One little other thing that I just want to draw attention to is the role of percussionists. It might not feel like there's much going on as a percussionist in this piece with what's written. The percussion writing in this piece is really important. There's so much colour that it brings to the music, but equally, it fundamentally underpins an awful lot of what's happening rhythmically. The third movement in particular relies so much on what's happening in the snare drum part, for example. And I have to say, the standard of percussion playing was very impressive today. There were some really great examples of very, kind of very rhythmic, but equally very, very, very nuanced percussion playing. For example, where snare players emphasised slightly the first of the 4 quavers and came off the others, which just helped to give stability to the performances. So really very well done to all percussionists who were playing today. So, there's only really one other point that I'd like to raise, and this is just a very general point to maybe consider in development, and that's around about the idea of the basics, and particularly the idea of the basics of ensemble and the basics of sound. And Chris has touched upon this with regards to breathing. I think, personally, I find it very helpful to visualize these things, a bit of a pyramid. So you've got at the top of the pyramid, you've got all the wonderful musical things that we do in terms of shape to lines and dynamic contrast and really making the music come to life. But below that in the pyramid, we have ensemble, probably in the next one below, and the tidiness of ensemble precision of the band. And then underpinning everything is intonation and qualitative sound. And it's the hardest thing, I think, sometimes to work on, intonation. And in this piece, it's very difficult because, of course, you have so many thirds and upper cornets, for example, which are notoriously difficult to tune. And you may find that in my crit, I've tried to give you an awful lot of detail in the crit. Apologies, by the way, if you find any of the reading difficult in the crit. I do tend to write with a bit of a Doric twang, so if you need me to translate anything, I'm very happy to. But I've tried to give you things, hopefully, that are constructive to take away. And I think intonation is one of these things that you might find coming up quite a bit. There were some really good examples of good intonation, actually, at moments in the piece, but it is something that can be worked on. I think the key, of course, is making sure that the balance is down to the bottom of the band. If you get the balance down to the bottom and then bring it the middle, then it could just help settle the intonation. And I think that might be something worth just bearing in mind. But once again, thank you so much to the organisers for inviting me to Adjudicators. Of course, it's been a joy working with Chris and Philip. And really, congratulations to you all. You've all done a really great job in this piece. And I hope you're happy, certainly, with how the performance is. I wish you could all be first. It's not possible. But congratulations to you all. Thanks.
Okay, so we move on with the results of the 4th section. And the best instrumentalist winning the Sabre medal goes to the euphonium player of band number 5. And the Tommy Dennington Trophy for the youngest B-flat bass goes to Jamie Wallace of Pennycook. And so to the results. In third place with 190 points, the band that were drawn 13, Dysart Colliery. And in second place, with 192 points, the band that drew number 1, Colburn Intermediate. And the Scottish fourth section champions for this year with 194 points, the band that drew number 5, Bond. Could we also get the winning band to the stairs in the front foyer for a photo after this? Thank you. And that concludes the results. We'll be back shortly with the championship section.